Welcome to Sunday Spice, where the laughter flows. Shizzywhiznut is here, let the good times roll. With guests so unique, they bring stories to life. Stories full of humor and everything's fun. Sunday Spice, a show of delight, written by AI and all the voices that ignite. From dictionary diva to Kaiser Pineapple's might, each guest brings a magic for just one night. Dictionary diva with words so grand, she'll define the exotic with a wave of her hand. Full storm roars in with thunder's might, bringing his humor to the night. Sunday Spice, a show of delight, written by AI and all the voices that ignite. From dictionary diva to Kaiser Pineapple's might, each guest brings a magic for just one night. I have a story, thrones in the air, with a full talent beyond compare. Kaiser Pineapple adds a spicy twist, with humor so fresh you can't resist. Welsh lady reads with a soothing tone, brings tales to life in a world all around. So gather round, let the stories begin in the realm of Sunday Spice, where joy always wins. Shizzywhiznut leading the way, laugh and smile through night and day. Sunday Spice, a show of delight, written by AI and all the voices that ignite. From dictionary diva to Kaiser Pineapple's might, each guest brings the magic for just one night.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm going to bring in each one of these. I've worked on their intros a little bit, so bear with me if I screw them completely up. Well, you'll know that I screwed them completely up. We'll start with divas first.
I love a buttered biscuit.
So yours was like the original one that I did,
I
and then I
know.
started working on these other ones, and of course, Volstorms. I just dig so much. I mean,
God, I love that.
that's
I
just
love that.
so badass.
I love it.
But it's not as badass as this one. Well, and it wouldn't be complete if I hadn't even shown this guy the one that I worked on. So
Ooh.
we get to try it. Just got that
Dude, I
bass
love
drop
it.
to
I love it.
Dude, you're a
I know I'm a freaking dragon. That's all I care about. My world is complete. My life has come to. Well, I don't want to say that, but I've achieved the apex of my life. No, it's great. I love the bike. Yeah, the bike, the fucking green smoke, and the green dragon. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
I so suck at art stuff like that. So I was trying to rack my brain. I was like, Shizzy's going to get pissed at me. I have nothing. I was thinking like, some, I don't know, naked dude stripping down and there's, as a marine or some shit like that. But no, I really like that.
Oh, we weren't going to make you the broken baker. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
But
No,
broken
I did
baker,
the bike, the green smoke, the dragon. Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah. Well, and Baker hit 4,000 today. So
Yes, he
saw
did.
that.
It's
Man,
cheesecake
freaking
time,
bad.
baby.
Cheesecake. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I love
Oh, that's
it.
gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, and all of you chat, thank you for coming in. Thank you for hanging out. This is so cool. We won't have Welsh Lady tonight. She had a prior commitment that she wasn't able to make. I said I was going to tease and say that she was off, like having sex and stuff like that. But she said, don't you dare. I was like, damn it. No, she had a prior engagement, so she couldn't make it tonight. We appreciate you guys. So if you were looking for Welsh Lady, sorry, she's not going to be here tonight, but she does wave to everybody and wishes you all to have a wonderful evening. And it's going to be a really weird next couple of weeks, because next week you've got Friday Night Live. That's going to be live from Dollywood. All of these people, except for I Have a Story and me, we're not going to be there. So you got Dictionary Diva Volstorm, Kaiser Pineapple, you got The Expert, you got was MLS, Wendy H. You just got like Valhalla Awaits. You've got like you've got like
Gosney, yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Gosney's
Gosney.
coming. Yeah.
Danielle, Little D is going to be there, and Caitlin's going to be
Baker.
there.
Texas
Broken
Jam,
Baker,
Miami Spice.
Texas Jam. Yes, you're going to have like the crew there tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week. And next week, not it'll be in a couple of weeks. No, it's next weekend, next Friday. Thursday is going to be Dollywood.
This coming Friday, I guess.
Yeah. Thursday will be Dollywood. Friday will be Friday Night Live from here in my backyard in Knoxville. So and then who knows what's going to happen.
I know.
It's going to be off the rails. I'm telling
Bring
you.
bail money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bring bail money.
Bring bail money and make sure you got the number of your attorney programmed into your head.
And of course,
Officer, can I get an internet connection so I can live stream for bail money?
Hey, can I live stream this? I need super chats for bail money.
Well, and of course you can see that Kaiser got his hair cut because he's wanting to come looking much trimmed up and looking nice and slick.
Yep,
And
got all
of-
that. I just got to shave a little bit there, just trim up a little.
Well, all you got to do is just catch a branch in your face and you can shave the whole thing.
You don't have an excuse to shave the whole thing off.
No,
Yes.
I'm just giving it a little trim on the sides because I've let
I thought because it was on the side, I could probably just trimmed it right here, and just. But I thought I might get in trouble for that, so
Wow.
I got the Charlie Chaplin there, huh?
I would have looked like Charlie Chaplin. Would have been good. So then of course, so next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, following this one, I won't be streaming because I want to be in Charleston and just come on my way back. Everybody else is going to be like pretty tired. If I do a stream, it's not going to be this. Like if I get home in time to do a stream. And then, of course, the following Sunday after that, I won't be able to do a stream either because I'm going to be there for a graduation for a nephew. So
nice.
So I'll be in Jacksonville for a graduation. So I won't be back until like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something. It's weird. It's a weird schedule.
Yeah. What you're saying is that after this show tonight, we're going to be on a 2-week hiatus, and then we're going to come back.
Yeah. I mean, there might be stuff going on, but who knows? It won't be this. Right. so you guys all 2 week just sort of
nice. Nice.
Take a deep breath. Well, I've got the story tonight. Now you guys are. I just want to say assholes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Facts. Accurate.
Because we have a boarding school. Now this is all the notes I took. A boarding school, hot teachers, all male, college age, all girls school. Welsh lady is a hot school marm. Yamaha biker is a water boy. It's set in Switzerland. There's horseback riding bareback. Diva is, of course, the principal. Kaiser is the janitor. Allstorm is the religious leader. Shizzy is a coach / art teacher. Well, and for whatever reason, they made me like a female on the first iteration. I didn't realize it till it's all done. It was like her, she, what? I was like, oh, jeez. So I had to rewrite it. Yeah, I transitioned. Weird.
He is aggressive about getting that wood. So.
I will.
Well,
I almost kind of wonder if it'd be funnier. If I had done the PT or the PT teacher, it's like do that in the Randy voice.
Oh yeah,
Coach Randy.
So this one ended up being just a tad bit longer, but I think that the paragraphs are a little bit shorter, so it's a little bit easier to tolerate. I want to make sure that everybody is able to read it because I was doing it at the last minute.
Well, you're good.
Hopefully. Oh, okay. Hopefully it works.
First, we have to learn how to read, Shiz.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Sound it out.
All right.
Found it out. That's right.
There we go.
Why is chapter 1 always new beginnings?
Well,
Well, it is. It's a new story. It's a new beginning. Come on, keep up.
yeah, it's like, is that big enough?
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yes. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got everybody lined up here just to go ahead and kick into it. I'll let Diva just kick this thing off.
All right.
She is.
I don't know if I can lead with that voice. Hold on.
Yamaha, eat your crayons. Eat your
What a
crayons.
way to start off the night. I got my green one.
You'd always start off as grandma.
Yeah, let everybody calm down at first.
How's everybody in such a tizzy?
I don't understand it.
Chapter 1, New Beginnings. The golden light of early autumn filtered through the grand stained glass windows of the Swiss college's main hall, casting colorful patterns on the polished floors. Students buzzed with excitement, their laughter and chatter echoing against the aged stone walls. Amid them walked Welsh Lady Reeds, the new literature teacher, her long, wavy chestnut hair catching glints of sunlight as she moved. With a look of quiet determination etched on her mysterious, piercing green eyes, she carried an aura of challenge. Students couldn't help but feel drawn to her, whispering curiously among themselves. Always seen clutching a classic novel against her chest, she exuded a love for literature that was almost palpable, stirring a fresh enthusiasm even in the most reluctant learners. Now, if I had read that sexy, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always go for broke.
Yeah.
Well, you could always do the next two sexy lines.
That's right.
Your reporter voice doesn't matter.
That's not even the reporter voice.
I still want
That's
you
the
to
voice of
investigate
scorn that I listen to.
me. Investigate me.
God.
Whenever she wants you to take out the trash, that's the voice she uses.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ball storm, take out the trash.
Yes.
Whenever you
Ball
get done taking
storm.
out the trash.
Take out the trash. Today marked her first day at this prestigious institution, a place she hoped would be her sanctuary, far from the shadows of her troubled past. She was seeking refuge. A new chapter amidst these ancient walls filled with youthful dreams and ambitions.
Jeans.
Oh,
Sure.
My.
Yeah, those are some
Already
sexy
starting
jeans.
off.
Yeah. Free me from my denim prison.
How many times have you said that?
I long for the freedom.
As she entered the literature classroom, a cozy, intellectually inviting space, lined with bookshelves and adorned with inspiring quotes, she paused, letting the atmosphere sink in. This room was now her realm, where she would ignite the spark of curiosity and foster a deep love for the written word among her students.
Well, at least read the quotes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since
Quote
that's
there.
you anyway.
Okay. Welcome, Miss Reeds. A jovial voice.
Called out. She turned to find Dictionary Diva, the school's principal, and part of the Illuminati, approaching her with a bright smile. The diva's fiery red head was as vibrant as her reputation. Her sharp gaze scanning the room before setting warmly on Welsh Lady Reeds.
We are thrilled to have you join us.
Dictionary Diva continued, her voice rich with genuine enthusiasm and a lean toward the NWO.
I believe your unique perspective will bring a new life into our curriculum and inspire our students to explore the depths of literature.
Okay.
Leslie nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude wash over her, mingling with her nervous anticipation.
Thank you, Principal. I'm looking forward to contributing to the academic environment here.
She replied, her voice steady, though her heart raced with both excitement and a tinge of fear for what should be around the corner.
Just go ahead and finish it out.
As students filled the room, their curious and eager faces turning toward her like a bunch of sheep. Welsh Lady Reeds took a deep breath. This was her moment, the beginning of her journey in this new world order. Little did she know her presence would stir more than just literary anticipation and more than I have a story's pants. Her mysterious past and secrets she guarded would, in time, weave their way through the very fabric of the school, challenging her and everyone around her to confront their own shadows and light and make them question capitalism. With the gentle clearing of her throat, she began her first lesson, unaware of the ripples her words and presence were about to create. Just down the hallway, past the flickering shadows, the faint purr of a motorcycle announced the arrival of another key character in this unfolding drama, the intelligent Yamaha biker dragon, whose backstory was as riveting as his deep blue eyes and not nearly as tainted by the Illuminati.
Emphasis on naughty.
Oh my
Lord.
chapter
I
2. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I moved you up. So there we go.
Oh, okay. Chapter 2. Water whispers. The soft rumble of an engine echoed through the crisp morning air as Yamaha Biker, known among the staff and students simply as Yamaha, pulled into the Swiss College's cobblestone driveway. Dust from the road flecked his leather jacket, and his
Sure
tense
did.
blue eyes scanned the historic buildings that had become both his sanctuary and battlefield.
Yeah.
Yamaha hadn't always found solace in academia. His backstory was one woven with threads of turbulence. Growing up in a foster system that felt more like cages than homes.
I thought he was going to say hormones.
Hormones.
That's what it said. Cages and hormones.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, it would.
It's prison hormones. It's a prison. Yamaha learned early that the world could be harsh and love scarce. As a teenager, he found refuge among street races and leather-clad camaraderie, the roar of motorcycle engines drowning out the ache of horniness.
All tamed by the Blue Oyster Bar.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it.
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Don't stop.
But
Don't stop the motor from burning.
rumble, the vibrations. But redemption came in an unexpected form. One final race gone wrong, leading to a courtroom where the gravelly voice of a presiding judge decreed a choice: incarceration or education. Hey, that's not what they gave me. Yamaha chose the latter. The Swiss college, with its promise of quietude and fresh air, seemed a world away from the gritty asphalt he once claimed. Years later, as he turned off the engine in front of the main hall and swung his leg over the bike, Yamaha carried himself with a quiet dignity that barely hinted at his tumultuous past. Now the corridors and classrooms held the whispers of pages turning, not tires screeching, a symphony he had come to cherish.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, perfect
Love them
timing.
librarians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Yikes.
Looking over their glasses at me. Your books are late. I know.
I like the way your hair is pulled up in a bun. It's easier to,
You're gonna spank me.
Now with those leather chaps, you might get spanked, son. You didn't put some pants on underneath them, son.
Can I help you
That's
put
it.
the
It's
books
just
up on the
chaps.
top
I
shelf?
still wonder why I get weird looks when I ride. And realize it's just wearing.
Do you realize
Good by
this?
now.
Just the
You
chat.
realize that it's just flapping in the wind over your shoulder?
No,
Just
I don't understand what the problem is.
it's a small monkey. Leave it alone.
Just taking my little pet for a ride. Lots of people do it.
You're up next, guys.
I know. Just wait. Okay.
As he walked through the building, his interaction seemed ordinary to an outsider. A nod to the janitor caught the pineapples, who stood silhouetted against the paws to offer a warm, knowing smile. A brief exchange with Shizzy at the art studio, mutual respect connecting them from beyond words, and a lingering glance exchanged with Welfrey Reeds, her green eyes flickering, reflecting a shared understanding of reinvention. Yet beneath those everyday moments, a deeper narrative pulse. Yamaha's empathy for struggling students wasn't born from scholarly texts, but from his own recollections of desperation and yearning for acceptance.
And his loins.
He could see the shadows of his past mistakes in their eyes, could sense the silent pleas for guidance, a mission that had slowly transformed from personal salvation to collective redemption. In one particularly quiet moment, Yamaha found himself in a neglected back section of the library, where dust motes danced in shafts of sunlight. A young freshman, visibly isolated from his peers, was unsuccessfully hiding the tremors of a silent sob behind a book. Yamaha approached, his voice softer than most had ever heard, and began to speaking about a literature piece that had once lit the first spark of hope in his heart. The words not only bridged the chasm of the boy's horniness, but also gently nudged him beyond his immediate pain, whispering whispering promises of resilience and understanding.
Okay, two things. First of all, I thought this was an all-girls school. Second of all, Kaiser, can you give me the baseball scores from tonight?
Well, the Yankees are in quite a pickle after the recent game against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just
One last chat. Go ahead and finish it.
Gonna be the crown champion. See?
Now, don't you go sassing me there, boy. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows down across the Gothic structures, Yamaha paused outside the literature classroom. The stained glass reflected a mosaic of light on his rugged face. His past, though laden with strife, was also filled with roads that led to redemption. Each student he interacted with, each quiet encouragement he offered, was a testament to the transformative power of empathy and strength, a silent yet profound influence that would soon intertwine with the destinies of everyone within these historic walls.
That's just so wrong.
Well, audio
Okay,
coffee.
so far we've established that Yamaha's extremely horny, but okay.
for
Was that
audio
in doubt?
coffee. I have a thing for books and magazines. Usually they involve biology and something with hustler on it, but
Anatomy.
I like
Anatomy
those
class.
libraries.
Anatomy, yes.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that area in the old video stores that was behind the curtain.
Behind the beading curtain.
Chapter 3, Rule with Red. The principal's office stood as a fortress of decisions, lined with classic furnishings that reflected the austere yet passionately dedicated nature of its current occupant, Dictionary Diva, sitting behind a massive oak desk that had seen generations of educators pass through. She reviewed papers with a meticulous eye, her fiery red hair framing that determination in her face like a living tribute to her fervor for education.
God, I want to go to the principal's office.
What does she do
Me
on
too.
that solid oak desk?
I don't know, but
Whatever
every
she
morning,
wants.
every morning, Dictionary Diva's routine remained the same. She would glance through the window overlooking the Gothic main hall, and a silent promise whispered to the air, an oak to protect and nurture the legacy of the institution she held so dear. Not as dear as she held what was hiding in the top cupboard of her cabinet. These corridors might have been silent this early, but the weight of its history and expectation, it filled every room. It was urging her forward.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was.
Today was different, though. Today, she had another more personal task. Hidden within her desk drawer lay an old, slightly faded photograph of a young woman with sparkling eyes and a joyful smile. It was her later sister, the previous principal, who she threw off the top of the building because she was annoying as fuck. Those whose tragic loss had driven Dictionary Diva to leave her mark upon every foundation that she could. She believed she could have saved them both. Her heart tore at the reminder, fueling her resolve. She slid that photograph back into the drawer. It was a private ritual of remembrance and motivation.
Did you at
On the
least
clock.
get the ruby slippers?
I hope so.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Well, when that clock chimed, marking the start of another school day, she was already standing. She was ready to confront whatever challenges might come. As she walked through the hallways, her sharp gaze missed nothing from the whispering clusters of little bastards, students by the stained glass windows to the solitary figures like that little biker lounging against the walls, looking all hot in his leather chaps, watching the world with guarded eyes. Her heels clicked with stern rhythm against the stone floors. It was a metronome of authority and order.
So you did get the ruby slippers.
She did get the ruby slippers.
She went to it.
Now she's going to tell us about her staff meeting.
But enough about pegging.
In the staff meeting, held in a high ceilinged room filled with the soft morning light, Her leadership style shone distinctly. She spoke with a clear, commanding voice, discussing budget allocations, upcoming school events, and subtly emphasizing the importance of unity and integrity.
Yes, ma'am.
We are more than educators.
She said,
You're deliberately trying to kill it for me, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Pretty much.
No, I have to hear that in person.
It's like,
Like, oh, you killed it.
bring out the slide whistle for that.
she said, leaning slightly forward, the morning light catching her hair in a fiery halo.
We are custodians of the future, guardians of the potential that walks these halls. Let's not merely do our duty. Let's inspire.
As she spoke, Kaiser Pineapple nodded subtly from his corner, his wise eyes reflecting an understanding of the unspoken burdens she carried.
Oh, really?
Shizzy, with his usually vibrant
Secrets.
demeanor, oh my God. Scribbled notes, perhaps. Oh my God, I can't stand character. Perhaps inspirations spurred by her words and the newly joined eyes of Welsh Lady Reeds. There was a flash of something that seemed like both admiration and an acknowledgement of the weight of expectations.
Oh, my.
But as the meeting wrapped up, Dictionary Diva sensed the undertones of unease. She noticed the hesitance in Yamaha Biker's eyes, the flicker of concern in Volstorm's usually impassive face. They were signs that foretold stories, the silent echoes in the hallways speaking of hidden depths and emerging troubles. As she returned to her office, the walls seemed to whisper of brewing storms. It was in those hours of solitude that she prepared herself not just for the visible battles, but also for those shadowy conflicts hidden beneath the surface.
Lies. There's no hesitation there, baby.
Yeah, one last.
One last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got in the
more.
tank here.
Oh yeah,
Just one
put it
more.
in.
Yeah. Don't stop.
As Dictionary Diva positioned herself in front of her desk once more, overlooking the main hall. Now, with the day's activities, she knew that while today she reinforced the foundations, tomorrow she might be calling out upon every ounce of her strength to shield and guide her charges through whatever trials awaited. Her heart was heavy, but her resolve was unyielded. She was ready to rule with red. That doesn't make any sense. To fight with every
That don't make
fiber
no sense.
of her being for the sanctum she cherished. In the corridors of power and through the whispers of the past, her leadership would be both her challenge and her shield.
Ooh.
Lord, I feel a little multiple personalities were taking. They were having a hard time there.
They're all fighting for
Come out,
nominations.
demons, come out.
How many of them there are there?
Speaking of multiple personalities,
Wait, we're talking about the same person.
excuse me. Chapter 4, Silent Echoes in the Hallway. I forgot to close the door. Kaiser
Effects.
Pineapple treaded softly along the impeccably polished floors of the long hallway, his old broom gently sweeping past the echoes of hushed conversations and the secrets these walls absorb year after year. I can relate.
He knows about secrets.
The whispering drafts carried tangled tales from corner to corner beneath the lofty ceilings of the Gothic-built Swiss cottage. college, whatever.
Cottage cheese.
Cottage, Swiss cheese, 40 spots, and picture pages. Threading the past with the present in soft murmurs only he seemed to understand. Again, I can relate. Duct tape works very well for that. Moving from one shadow to another, his stooped figure passed beneath the dazzling stained glass windows like Quasimodo, through which the morning light spilled vibrant hues on the mosaicked floor. Who the hell wrote that? Kaiser's aged eyes, however, weren't captivated by the visual symphony of colors. They were reflective, almost lost in the melancholy of his picture pages. Unspoken words as he overheard snippets of dialogues that wafted through slightly ajar doors. Is it a jar or is it a door? Nobody really knows. As he swept past the literature classroom, Kaiser paused, hearing Welsh Lady Reed's melodic voice weaving through the Shakespeare sonnets, and quickly went to the freezer to get some pudding pops. The leer of her accent gripped his heart and his member. A reminder of curses long forgotten, of times when his wife, now a memory, she is dead, flowed within the bounds of his wrinkled palms. Recited lines from the very same place.
God. Oh no.
Scruffy gonna die the way he lived. Wow.
What you doing with your palms there again?
Why is his palm so wrinkled?
Why does it make him think of his wife? I don't
Need to get some
understand.
moisturizer for that.
Hand check.
Kaiser's the only one we have to do a hand check on.
The fondling moments of our memories.
Of our memories. Yeah. Hit it, Morgan.
All right. Oh, Morgan. Wow, I was going to do something else.
Oh, well, you can do that one
Do it.
too, big boy.
On shifting forward, nearing the imposing facade of the principal's office, the murmurings grew denser. Kaiser halted as the words like funding and changes teemed of his dictionary diva's sharp commanding tones spilled into the vacuum he occupied. He leaned closer, leaned, whatever. The secrets beckoning him to listen, to understand. The crossing and junctions these halls narrated silently.
Is anybody else picturing a German art film right now?
You think?
Oh, just me? Oh, sorry.
Little glasses.
Where did all this art come from? It's dated 1939.
Wait till I start yelling, it gets interesting. And there, in those fleeting stolen moments of clarity, Kaiser's heart, heavy with the quiet burden of years, felt the tremor of impending decisions that could alter the course of the institution he held dear. The history of the school, its triumphs and losses, everything felt as fragile as the historic stained glass, and that colored the corridor of this complex educational tapestry. Resuming his path, his mind juggled the weight of history with present murmurs. each step resonating with the silent echoes in the hallway. Und Kaiser knew he was more than a mere custodian of the floors and walls. He was a keeper of secrets. We have ways of making you talk. A silent sentinel bearing witness to the transformation and turbulence within the scholarly sanctums.
Please, baby, non-snitching group with my lips.
Suddenly, I went from the kindly old janitor to the guy who did
Kaiser!
actually
Nazi war criminal.
part of the Schutztruppen.
It's just the Kaiser. We haven't got to that point yet. And reaching the art studio and gym, a sudden and vivid laughter broke his strain of somber reflections. There, Shizzy stood surrounded by eager young faces all smeared in various shades of promise. And the sight, a striking contrast to the somber illuminations of the older walls, sparked a faint uplifting "The Kaiser's spirit!" A subtle reminder of hope and the regeneration amid cycles of change. And in his silent communion with the building and its inhabitants, he is talking to himself again. Kaiser! Pineapple absorbs the stories, holding them within him as he completed his rounds and leaving behind a trail of cleanliness and perhaps a whisper of understanding that would someday echo in the decisions these walls would witness.
Nein!
And as the gentle guardian of the histories, both seen and unseen, Kaiser's role, clothed in simplicity, surged with a profound essence as the chapters of human endeavors unfolded in these corridors. The ambience of revelation draped over him as he stepped quietly into the background and goose-stepping all over the place, ready for the next scene to emerge. Sie können es, Kaiser!
Pull it off!
Try not to laugh.
This is not helping my
I
spine
had to do
ribs.
that when I kept saying Kaiser in there. I was just like,
As
no,
if the Führer would have read it himself.
you have to do the Kaiser. It's okay. We can say the Kaiser because that was, World War I and all that stuff.
As long as
so.
we don't say the F word.
We didn't
fine.
get to the crazy little man till later.
Much later.
Well, he was there, but he didn't really mean anything at the time.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, jeez.
How do I follow in those footsteps? Footsteps.
Footsteps.
Wood chips.
Oh, footsteps.
Go steps.
Peach schnapps. What?
Audio copy.
guess there's
This is
only-
not helping my sprained ribs.
I know.
Well-
It's-
I mean, if that's not going to help your sprained ribs, I'm sorry, but I have to do it now.
sorry, but I'm not.
Oh, no.
Extraordinaire felt like another world compared to the rest of the state campus or college buildings. Swathed in color and vibrant energy. Paintings of various sizes and states and completion adorned every wall. And the scent of acrylics mingled with the faintest trace of sweat from the adjoining gym. This was Shizzy's dual domain, where he was not just an art instructor, but also a mentor and occasional confidant. Oh my. And right after now, these large skylight, the room acquired a sanctum right below. A canvas sanctum. Where Shizzy paced the room.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the It's hard to keep character in that. I'm just like, I keep thinking just randomly, like, is the Kaiser?
Just imagine if Elmo was German.
Anyway, I'm gonna try that again.
Elmo with his little armband.
Oh God! If we were on YouTube, I would make that joke so much worse. But...
We have ways of making you talk.
Nine.
It's kind of one of those where you're like, man, it would be really, really weird if I read some famous speeches in the Elmo voice.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
It would be so awesome.
I can never show my face in public if I did.
Well, you have to hide behind the Elmo avatar then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
It just
As Lincoln slowly approaches the platform, his voice resonates across the battlefield of Gettysburg.
7 years ago. We will fight them on the beaches, in the air, on the land.
Do a little Churchill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Churchill, little Kennedy, little Reagan, you know.
Oh. Yikes. Anyway.
In late afternoon lights, through the low skylight, the room acquired a sanctified glow. The canvas anthem, today Shizzy paced the room with a thoughtful expression, eyebrows slightly forward as he observed the students engrossed in their work. Despite their focus, there was a palpable connection in the air. An invisible thread spun from the soul of the artist to the soul of the canvas. Amid the steady strokes of brushes, lots of strokes, Shizzy approached a particular student named Ellie, who seemed to be struggling. His brush hesitated above the canvas as if unsure where to land. Strokes, lots of stroking. Others contrasted sharply with the timid dabs of color on his palette.
Shizzy's artwork.
You gonna read that one and I'll just continue on, or what do you want to do?
Ellie.
Shizzy called softly, careful not to startle.
Art isn't just a technique, it's an emotion. It's raw. And it's your very spirit smeared across the canvas. What are you holding back?
Ellie looked up, his eyes a mixture of frustration and vulnerability.
Who wrote this? Pornhub?
Just you seem to get it right. She doesn't express what I'm feeling. Oh, sorry, well noise. I'll do it in a second.
Hey, JD fan.
I just can't seem to get it right. It doesn't express what I'm feeling. Shizzy's not beside him, their eyes level.
Your heart guides your hand, not your mind. Don't paint what you think you should, paint what you feel. Let the brush be an extension of your emotions.
Oh my God.
I clicked on the wrong category.
Do you want to take this over? What do you want to do?
Oh, I'll take it over.
Oh, my ribs hurt.
With the dripping blood, Ellie turned back to his canvas. Shaking visibly, he took a deep breath, dipped his brush in a bowl around it, let it sweep across the canvas with a newfound intensity. Shizzy watched, satisfied, a gentle smile tugging at the corners of his mouth. It was moments like these, the breakthroughs, the epiphanies that he lived for as an educator, the expressions of hidden truths that are allowed people to unmask. As
Wait,
the
I
class
didn't hear the EMS tones before this came on.
Yeah, that's right. The
I'm
storm
waiting for
warnings.
a weather forecast.
I know. This is a broadcast with the emergency broadcast system.
Witness me there. Does this make you feel better? As a class, he gave them their assignment to green pieces that represented a personal confession, something genuine and revealing. Think of it as a reading your inner voice, the to yourself to whisper his secrets dead. Well, that's just begin packing up Dizzy. Gaze lingeringly at the main hall through the studio's open door. The setting sun cast shadows that crept along the mirror's edges of the corridors, hidden at the silent, at the hidden depths of the college out, much like layers of resistance to explore their paintings. The bell that signaled the end of the day echoed faintly, a silent wonder that not all trees repeatedly welcomed once unveiled some black night coach. He had seated in his past the complexities of revealing one destruction of often tangled with in resonance of his own past. A melody of bright hues overshadowed by darker tones was a testament to that struggle between revelation and concealment. Tomorrow you and me with Volstorm, the ever-pensive guidance counselor, wrestling with his own dichotomies and conversation with Shizzy. It just made with a mix of eagerness and dread for it. It's just in the layers of troubled dark cities they might inadvertently unveil their own hidden shadows. And in the where they would light up on the street, you wonder just how deep the canvases of souls were colored pale with hues of doubt and light.
Is anybody else going to have nightmares about like the Son of Sam or something after hearing that voice?
Yeah, something like that. Or like I can barely understand half of that.
I know. I'm like, it garbles it.
Yeah. Wow.
Chapter 6. Summons of the Heart. The stained glass windows of the Swiss college's main hall glistened with the morning hues, casting mesmerizing patterns on the cold stone floor where Volstorm stood. He was a man of quiet demeanor, a sentinel of faith amidst the growing tempest of doubt and moral conundrum that weighed heavily on his shoulders. The day began like all others. His habitual walk through the empty corridors, a silent contemplation of duty. But today, as he passed by the whispers of corners and the echoes of the Gothic arches, a deeper conflict murmured in his soul. A relentless storm that threatened to sweep away the foundations of his convictions.
Break down those walls.
Volstorm clashed with the face of change in his role as the head of religious studies, a department increasingly regarded as an old relic among the progressive ways surging through the other quarters of the school. He felt the tenuous balance he had maintained was beginning to fracture. Beneath his stoic facade bubbled a crucible of fears, dreams, and a pleading desire for divine direction. As he walked into his sparsely decorated office, an enclave sheltered by solemn books and religious texts, he paused before the portrait of Thomas Aquinas. Seeking counsel, I think that's Thomas Aquinas, seeking counsel in the serenity of the seeking counsel in the serenity of the saint's eyes. The morning had brought him a particularly disturbing confrontation. A discreet whisper from Kaiser Pineapple, revealing that an undercurrent of unethical influence might be infiltrating deeper into the school than he feared. The weight of his position bore down on him, as he felt the growing disconnect between the pure, unadulterated theory he taught and the complex, often sullied reality of the institution's workings.
You gotta get down deep into that.
Get in deep.
Get to them foundations.
You got to get deep, children. You got to get deep. Yes.
Kill me, brother.
I will be reading once again from the book of Shizzy.
Move my spirit.
Move it.
Chapter 14 in your Bibles, please. For a heart like Volstorm's, seated deeply in dogma, yet bruised, I said bruised by the stones of reality. The path was never clear.
Amen.
As he knelt by the small chapel beside his office, the murmurs of his prayer mingled with the soft sobs of a battle-worn spirit. Pews. I said the pews, seasoned witnesses of solitude and sanctuary. Whispered back narratives of comfort and of hard-earned wisdom that sometimes faith must wrestle with skepticism. What has it got to do? It's got to rediscover. It's got to rediscover. It's got to find it again. It's got to rediscover its truth.
Amen.
Meanwhile, yes, preach choir. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to him, the very secrets he feared were gathering strength to erupt.
Eruption.
Rumblings about illicit performances, hidden alliances, and moral breaches were an undercurrent he could not ignore. His day drew closer to unmasking the shadows lurking beneath. They weren't lurking on top. They weren't looking straight ahead. No, they were lurking beneath. The challenge scene of the institution. Yet as he rose,
Rising up.
from his prayer, a gentle resolve enveloped him. I said it enveloped him.
Enveloped.
It swaddled him in clothing like the young Jesus.
Jesus.
It held him like a lover. It
Lover.
Bring my denim prison.
The one sitting in front with foreboding. His path demanded he shepherd whatever fragments of righteousness
Righteous.
salvage. He resolved to confront, to hit it head on, to look at it dead in the eye. His blowing storms, though his heart harbored no illusions about the solitude of his journey. He made his way to the day's first class. The weight of his instruction heavier than before,
So heavy.
yet vital. Each word a testament to his internal pledge to guide, to question, to uphold his faith. Most importantly, to seek the truth. That was his moment. That was his mission. That was his judgment, to seek the truth. Regardless of the tempest it might unleash.
Unbuckle those pants.
I feel like I just went to church.
Yeah.
We got one more. We got one more.
My soul saved.
I got one more for you, congregation. One more. In the looming shadow of what was to transpire, Volstorm's chapter became a poignant prelude to the revelations. I said the revelations. Once again, the revelations and upheavals poised to shake the very foundations of the Swiss college.
Amen.
Thank you, congregation.
Praise.
That's
Very
great.
cool. That's
That's
great.
great. Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Good to see you.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry.
Had
We
to.
Too
carried
late,
away.
Too late.
Look, he was in character. He just had to
Steve,
go
when
for
I
it.
get in the spirit, I get in the spirit.
He's feeling the spirit of it all. Yes. Good to see you guys, the Raiders. Don't be scared. We do this every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
This is what we do, for better or worse.
What the hell?
Just happened to be come in when I was doing the preacher voice. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And now relax with the dulcet tones of I Have a Story.
Oh, yes.
I have a story, yes.
Let's tell us all about it.
All right.
Have you seen it happen one before?
Chapter 7. Brewing Storm. The day had broke over the Swiss college like any other day, crowned with the radiant blush of alpine sunrise and the crisp whimsy of morning air. But beneath the surface of this picturesque setting, currents of unrest foreshadowing a tempest, invisible, yet keenly felt by those who wandered the hallowed halls. As was Lady Reeds stepped into her sanctuary, the literature classroom. Her institution prickled with an unnerving sense of foreboding. She glanced at the rows of dusty books, each tome whispering secrets of an era's past, and wondered, not for the first time, what stories these walls would tell if they could speak. And logically, she dismissed her uneasy nerves, attributing it to the relentless ghosts of her own past that occasionally haunted her new beginning. Meanwhile, the Kaiser moved methodically through the quiet corridors, his mop whispers sweeping the floors in an unsteady, comforting rhythm. His eyes, however, reflected a knowing sadness that he had understood more than he revealed. Today, his unusual hum was absent, replaced by a thoughtful silence that followed him like a shadow. If these walls indeed harbored secrets, the Kaiser was their wary guardian. And, with the help of Andy, aware that some truths are heavier than the silence they inhabit.
Andy who?
Andy who?
Andy who?
And who?
And the ghostly figure of Andy. And the Dufresne. His shadow in main hall.
Oh.
All right. Oh, I guess I'll go ahead and continue on here. No. In the shadows of the main hall, Yamaha biker leaned against a cool stone column, arms folded, observing the subtle exchanges among students. His history had taught him to read the unsaid and the quiet tremors of division and discontent among the young souls did not escape his notice. It struck a chord with him. Melodies of his own distant past, playing like a somber tune. Oh yeah. Redemption was a solitary road, paved with the gravel of good intentions and harsh realities. That's some truth right there, brother. In the gymnasium, which doubled as an art studio, Shizzy stood amidst the canvases, his face a mask of concentration, but his heart was uneasy, beating a rhythm of angst against the colored strokes that uncharacteristic darkness. His thoughts drifted to lost love, an aching void influencing his art, transforming vibrant colors into shadows. The tension between his duties and his heart's whispers grew, stretched thin by a tightrope he walked every day. Dictionary diva sat in a stately principal's office, fingers steepled, gazing out her window, overlooking the disciplined gardens. Her heart, usually encased in ironclad resolve, felt an unfamiliar quiver. You might want to turn off the Hitachi that time.
That's all she was clad in.
The weight of impending decisions pressed upon her. That's not all it was. Each choice, a pebble in the growing landslide of consequences she must soon navigate. And in the quiet sanctuary of the small chapel, Volstorm knelt, seeking solace in his faith. Yet even the sacred echoes of his prayers could not entirely drown out the murmurs of discord seeping through the stained glass windows. Doubt nestled alongside devotion in his soul, a reluctant companion casting long shadows across his spirit.
How much we got left on this?
Yeah, a couple
go
more.
ahead and finish it out. Okay.
How much stamina you got?
Oh, no, you can handle
Keep going, big boy.
As the day waned, leaving behind the palette of dusky purples and grays, so too did the facade of normalcy within the college's boundaries began to crumble. Whispers like the chill of an autumn breeze rippled through the corridors, carrying with them hints of a scandal brewing dark and deep. Connections once firm now seemed fragile as glass under the pressure of untold truths straining the surface. Each character ensconced in their respective roles and struggles, soon unknowingly on the precipice of change. The storm brewing was one of heart and soul, threatening to unsettle the delicate balance they each so desperately clung to. But as night fell, then the stars blinked awake in the clear alpine sky. No one could foresee how deeply their lives were about to intertwine, nor how profoundly they would be altered by the heart of the matter that awaited them. Oh yeah.
I smell that desperation.
Okay, I'm gonna go have a lozenge now.
All right. Heart.
That's how I feel after the preacher voice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heart.
And to all of you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Father's Day. Father's Day is
Father's
the
Day
other
is-
mother.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Say dada, motherfucker. Same tip.
Say mom, mom. Say dad.
Motherfucker. Heart of the matter.
The rise of dawn at the Swiss College was always a spectacular sight. The sun casting a golden glow on the dew-kissed cobblestones of the courtyard. But today, the sight did little to wind up the inward tumult within Welsh Lady Reed, simply known as Lady to those close and curious enough. Standing by the window of the literature classroom, her unusual sanctuary, Lady found herself enveloped by not only the warmth of the morning sun, but just groping, but also by the growing unease that clung to her heart relentlessly. Happy Mother's Day! Today was like no other. It couldn't be, not with her past finding its way into the now serene corridors of her professional life. The phone call last night was like a thunderclap disrupting a clear sky. Her ex-husband, a man she had fled from years ago, had found her.
Oh, no. Oh,
I
no.
found your OnlyFans.
I know where you are, Eleanor. His voice had sneered through the line, cold and unyielding. It wasn't just his words, but the heavy weight of his threats, hinting his exposing her threats that cast a shadow over her newly found peace. Well, she prepared for her first lecture, but I found corn pop. That first day, her mind was a battlefield. For months, I took him to Ukraine, Israel, and Gaza's strength. For months, she had crafted a safe haven in these literature-filled walls, but she and I, under pressure, weaving through novels and poetry, her plight to get away from me, and fears of dissipating with that each verse that was taught. These students, they adore that special demeanor, finding inspiration in her passionately veiled guidance, but now the very thought of facing them with her reality rocking under pressure, she's gonna crack. She's gonna crack just like them Jews are. But now the very thought of facing them with her reality cracking under pressure filled with her dread so palpable that each step towards the classroom felt laden with fear.
Stop snicking my hair. I'm not a girl.
Sorry. I got a little carried away.
Yeah, you did. I was
Hide your wife.
Hide your kids. Hide your
I'm
wife.
concerned.
Is there a Camilla filter?
Yes, there is.
Oh God, yes.
Okay,
You want
I've
me
got
to-
to figure out what program this is.
Yeah, I gotta.
Do you want me to find it? I'll find it for you.
Turn it into word salad.
Turn it
Oh
into
my
word
God.
salad. Oh, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I've got it here.
If you
I know
do it,
there's-
my balls are going to jump off and run away again.
I'm gonna pack up my balls and leave.
Halfway through her lecture, everyone loves that voice. I don't know what you're talking
God,
about.
don't make me have to listen to that again.
Oh God! Oh God! That was so bad.
Boy, just give us the Minnesotan there. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, I can do that.
Well, we know it's not happening in the Ballstorm household tonight.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Are you reading still, Shizzy? Who's up?
How good is this? Is this close enough?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Nah, it's not.
No, go ahead.
Sound more like Michael Jackson than you did.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, go ahead.
Stop it. Don't be ignorant.
There you go.
I got it. I guess stupid.
No.
Don't go after me. Yeah, stop teasing me.
That's so funny. Yeah, I wonder what program he's got. He'll have to tell us.
It's got to be voice mod or something.
All right.
Yeah, voice mod. Okay.
Halfway
Uh-huh.
through her lecture on Dostoevsky's, wait, I've totally butchered that, exploration on human morality and crime and punishment, a poignant twist that typically enraptured her soul, left unusually personal today. I cannot read now. Oh my God, I really
Oh
can't.
no, it's not in Russian. She cannot read.
It's not Russian.
Sasha, what is going on today?
Put her back in Gulag. Send her on train to Siberia.
She's starting to sound American. We must give her more vodka.
Yeah.
More vodka.
More
More vodka and water culture for her.
Vodka. Oh, inner turmoil mirrored her own, a haunted past, the overbearing weight of her previous life, and a desperate yearning for redemption. As she dissected the protagonist's conflict, her voice wavered, each word soaked with a raw vulnerability that she could scarcely mask. The room filled with eager, bright-eyed students suddenly seemed too close, their inquisitive looks too discerning.
The musk rising.
I can't do that one.
No, yeah.
The bell rang, signaling the end of the session, and the students filed out, buzzing with residue of literary debate. Among them lingered Shizzy, whose keen intuition often led him to sense dissonance even in the subtlest forms. He approached her desk with a concerned gaze.
Lady, is everything all right?
He asked, his voice gentle yet probing.
Oh, so probing.
Of course you were probing.
I'm getting ready to moan again.
Probing so deep. Yep. Probe it right up there.
Mustering a smile that felt more like a wince, Lady nodded, though her eyes betrayed their struggle.
Yes, the weight of Russian literature.
She joked weakly, hoping to divert his concern. Shizzy,
recognizing her attempt to deflect, nodded, leaving her with a reassuring pat on her shoulder. But his worried eyes lingered inappropriately longer than they usually did.
And he started sniffing her.
You sure do smell nice and flowery like. Come here, sweetheart.
Real good.
You got smell good. You got a pretty mouth. You want to wrestle?
Left all alone, Lady's gaze drifted back to the stained glass windows, reflecting resplendent yet fractured lights across the room, a visual echo of her current plight. Picking up her worn copy of Anna Karenina, she touched the faded cover, allowing a tear to escape her guard finally. Each page in her life seemed to flicker before her eyes, the intersections of personal agony and the professional ardor colliding with a force that threatened to unravel her.
You want to do that knot?
Okay, you
Yeah.
redeemed yourself.
Yes.
Don't knot it up.
Well, you just got 2 more paragraphs if you can hang it.
I can
Finish
do
it
it.
off.
I can do it. Yeah.
We're almost there.
Just finish it off.
Almost
Not
done.
much longer. Yet, in the midst of her inner tempest, there sparked a defiant resolve. With every crashing wave,
Oh,
she knew she had to anchor herself
Against the desk.
yes.
All that gushing.
not just for her sake, but for all those souls that found refuge in her teachings.
Oh.
Packing up her books, Lady straightened her posture,
Her
her fingers tightening around the leather of her book bag.
Oh, it's starting to get tight. So
One-
tight.
One chapter of her life might be clawing its way back.
Oh, yeah.
She was determined to pen the subsequent ones with strength that even her darkest fears couldn't overshadow. With a deep, steadying breath, Lady stepped out of the literature classroom, the door closing softly behind her, a silent testament to her resolve. What awaited her beyond those Gothic arches was uncertain, yet she walked on, a warrior armed with words and wounds alike, ready to protect her newfound realm at all costs.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm supposed to read after that?
Yeah, you
Come on.
read.
Yeah, good luck.
You fine.
No shit.
You know, it's hard to read whenever all the blood rushes out of your head.
Which one?
Oh my god.
I'm feeling for
Take your pick.
He's somewhere in between. Can't help it.
Girl, can't help it.
Fine. Chapter 9, Gathering Shadows. The murmurs had been growing, a subterranean current of whispers swirling through the hallowed halls of the Swiss college. But nothing had prepared the campus for the shockwave that swept through it on that fateful gray Thursday morning. It began with a nondescript envelope left anonymously at the literature classroom's wooden doors, the cozy sanctum of Welsh Lady Reads. With trembling hands, she opened the envelope to unearth documents and photographs that whispered tales of financial fraud, nepotism, and unspoken truths masked behind the school's glittering facade.
Oh,
The air in the room, usually thick with the musk of old books and the warmth of learning, had turned stifling, heavy with betrayal.
Oh, the betrayal.
Welsh Lady reads, her green eyes ablaze with a mix of fury and fear, had grappled with the decision before her. The idea of exposing the school's dark underbelly fought against her need for refuge from her past troubles. She knew her decision would ripple across the lives entangled in the school's destiny. Elsewhere, Yamaha Backer stumbled upon a different fragment of a scandal. In the hushed tones of the main hall that echoed more than just physical sounds, he overheard a heated argument echoing through the stained glass corridors. Dictionary Diva, face flushed with frustration and voice taut with controlled anger, God, I've seen that, was defending the school's integrity against accusations whispered by unseen threats. The brokenness in her voice bit into Yamaha Backer's consciousness, igniting a fire swarm of protectiveness towards the school that had offered him redemption. You okay?
You okay?
You okay, man?
Give me a second.
I guess that voice is powerful, Volstorm.
I think it's more the words than the voice, my
Yeah,
man.
Did you see what Lesko said there?
What did he say?
3 gays, one girl, and
Kaiser.
You just wait, big boy. I'll make you think it.
Buckle up. You're in for a ride.
I'll show you.
Oh my god.
The Kaiser! Roaming the quieter halls and wings of the school, found himself revisiting the hidden crannies he'd discovered.
Oh, he found a
And
bit.
kept himself over the decades.
Come out. Come out of
Come
the
out of
closet.
the, come out of the
those
crannies,
crannies.
Kaiser. It's okay.
Come on out. It's okay.
In one of these forgotten storage rooms, old memos and dusty vials hinted at adjustments in financial books.
Oh, he was
Mishandled
adjusting.
funds from the years he'd watched slip by silently. It's always the silent ones.
It's the ones you gotta watch out for.
His gentle heart ached, weighed down by the secrets in his stooped shoulders. Felt renewed pressure to bear. It's okay, it only pinches a little. Just take a deep breath.
Just make sure you use lube.
Storm, grappling with his faith in the disturbing revelations.
Oh, he was grappling, all right.
Retreated deeper into deeper. He just went deeper and
Just
deeper
deeper.
into self-imposed isolation.
Goodness,
It's the
I'm
only
getting
way to go.
butterflies.
The turmoil gnawing at the school's ethical framework shook his belief system to the core, fostering a labyrinth of doubt.
There's always doubt. There's always doubt in the beginning.
And spiritual conflict within him. The school had been his sanctuary, and now the sanctuary seemed, it got tainted and spoiled.
It's only
Gotta
for
watch
the
out for
first
that
little
taint.
bit.
It's
only
that
for the
taint that
first
does
little
it to
bit.
you.
spoiled taint.
I sprained my taint.
Yes,
Amidst
girl.
this chaos, Shizzy found his art studio and inundated with an influx of students seeking escapism through brushstrokes and sculpted clay figures.
Oh, he's got his fingers all over it.
So accurate. Bulging. They whispered fears and suspicions. Their youthful eyes seeking answers he wasn't sure he had. The studio vibrant explosion of colors and light.
Oh,
Paradoxically mirrored the stifling darkness congealing outside his pants. Oh, it's painted smeared walls.
those will come
The
right out with
shadow.
dawn.
The shadows gathered denser and darker as the scandal that had started as a whisper was now a storm shrieking through the Gothic arches of the serene Swiss settings. Shrieking. They're just shrieking echoes. Each member of the community faced a crucible moment, their inner turmoils reflecting the burgeoning chaos around them.
That's not all that was burgeoning.
Those bulgings as the chapter drew to a close. The
Sweating
fractures. The fractures were beginning to form. The first hairline cracks had promised to splinter the very foundations of their secluded academic heaven.
That's why you gotta use lube.
Is it normal to feel with these three? Yes, it is.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Yamaha's flipping gulag right now.
You will
If we
feel
don't feel
violated.
We haven't done our
No
job.
violated.
Let's just be violated together.
Part of
Let's
the
just practice
package.
an exercise.
It comes with the
Breathe in,
territory.
breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
That's right. Only
It's
pinches
okay.
a little. It's okay.
Only in the
What the
beginning.
hell's
It
going
hurts.
on here? You two couple weirdos, get out of my shed.
Want to smell that gas again?
Look,
Damn
accessories.
weirdos whacking in my shed, god damn it. What the hell's going on here? Oh, damn it, Ike, where are you when we need you?
He was rounded up by the FBI.
Oh, Dale, you need to really stop with the conspiracy theory stuff. This was way too deep.
It was so deep. So deep.
Chapter 10, Fractures. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Gothic architecture of the Swiss college, the atmosphere within its walls grew somber. The scandal that shook the very foundations of the institution left every character grappling with their hidden vulnerabilities. All right, well, I don't know why they're doing that. They say, just get out there and do like we used to back in the old days. Put up on your bootstraps and all that stuff. Whatever. Anyway, this Welsh lady reads, her long wavy chestnut hair reflecting in the fading light, sat in the silent embrace of a literature classroom. Each book around her felt like an old friend, yet the words inside them seemed distant today. She closed her emerald eyes, haunted by her past, which now threatened to eclipse her newfound sanctuary in teaching. The whispered judgment of her colleagues stung, stirring the aches of old wounds. Yamaha biker, apparently not horny now, leaned against the cool, rough exterior of the main hall, his intense blue eyes reflecting a storm of emotions. Well, maybe I stand corrected. The scandal had unearthed memories of his tumultuous youth, blurring the lines between his hard-fought redemption. As he looked at his trembling hands hidden beneath the sleeves of his leather jacket, he wondered if his past would ever cease to chase him. And
Well, he keeps wearing them leather chaps. It's going to keep happening.
Well, them leather chaps are eventually going to start chapping his ass or something.
That's not what was chapping his ass. I guarantee it.
That's what I was kind of getting out there, Shizzy.
He forgot his saddle soap.
Even I know how to
I just let my
moisturize.
little brother fly the flag of freedom.
In the stately principal's office, Dictionary Davis stood before the imposing windows, her silhouette sharply etched against the dim interior.
Like Kirby silhouette.
She had fiercely protected and led with iron will is now wavering under public scrutiny. Her fiery red hair, usually so meticulously styled, fell in disarray around her sharp gaze that flickered uncertainly. The weight of persevering the school's legacy felt heavier now, mingling with her personal fears of failure. Shade. Okay.
Kaiser!
Pineapple.
Kaiser!
Amidst his nightly rounds, stopped by the shadow-bathed corridors. Each step echoed louder tonight as he walked past the main hall. And the secrets of the institution that he had silently guarded now whispered back at him, taunting his loyalty. His kind eyes, often warm with unspoken stories, now mirrored the cold truth he had to confront.
Come face to face.
Reminds me of in the dual purpose art studio in Jim's study, Shizzy stood frozen before an unfinished canvas. The vibrant colors and dynamic strokes paused. Oh, they paused. As if in respect to his internal conflict, because he's so conflicted. The nurturing, the spirit, a mentor to his students, now questioned his own guidance amidst the school's crisis. Yeah. The scent of the maid, it was mixed with the sharp tang of his sweat. It was so sweaty as he wrestled with his responsibilities and the shadows of a past life.
Oh, he need a shower.
Wallstrom. Well, he found solitude. It was near that tainted, stained glass windows of the gym. He was leaning up against them, rubbing it up against the gym windows where the colors danced in the evening light. Well, the man of faith, he now faced his most profound test, looking at all those college co-eds as doubts clouded his mind. His once clear vision, his clean-shaven face, usually composed, now tightened with troubling thoughts. The sermons that once flowed from his lips, now they all felt hollow, looking at all those young co-eds, echoing through the chambers of his troubled heart.
Now!
Well, and the characters, they stood on that precipice of their unraveling. The reality of their frailties dawned upon them as starkly as the quiet corners and sprawling grounds of that their Swiss college. They each faced the reflection of their deepest fears and uncertainties. Well, This chapter of fractures set the stage for what was to come. All over Kaiser's faces, the looming darkness of the night promised not just an end, but also a new beginning. An unspoken bond that would either forge them together or shatter them irreparably.
Oh, pearl necklace.
What the fuck, dude?
What the hell is up with this homeless drunk voice?
Put the dollar in the hat. Put the dollar in the hat.
What's she doing?
All the things I do to make a living.
$20 is $20.
Permanent tender contract.
In your contract.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh my.
Chapter 11. Unspoken Bonds. As the weight of the scandal continued to bear down on the Swiss college, the air within its ancient walls grew thick with tension and uncertainty. Yet, through the thick fog of adversity, delicate tendrils of kinship began to sprout among the beleaguered faculty. Oh, tender tendrils, nice. Welsh Lady Reeds found herself sitting more often in the literature classroom long after her classes had ended, the comforting rows of books watching silently. It was here she would find company, though not in the characters of her novels, but in her colleague, Yamaha Biker. He had started to pay visits under the guise of discussing literature, and often their conversation veered away from books towards shared whispers of vulnerability. It seemed through shared moments of frailty, a bond formed, sturdy and silent like the books that surrounded them.
Shoot your shot, player.
That's right. Get it.
Go with what works and what you know.
Dictionary Diva, the fiery leader who seemed to navigate storms with an iron hand, also found herself reaching out. No, her approach was different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Meow.
After a particularly tense meeting in the principal's office, she
Ooh.
remained to speak with Shizzy and Volstorm.
Yes.
Yeah, we are threesome here.
Now we're getting into the threesomes. Need a battery and some jumper cables.
There's some sinning going on here.
There's some shit happening.
They discussed the strategies to salvage the school's reputation. And as they did, barriers and hemlines and skirts and trousers lowered, they shared personal stakes and individual fears about the school's downfall. The crisis, acting as a crucible, melted away facades, leaving raw certainty among them. Volstorm wrestling continuously with his faith and the disillusionment spreading like a shadow through the corridors, found unexpected solace.
Yeah. Call it whatever you want, baby.
Free me from this prison.
Found unexpected solace in the janitor, Kaiser Pineapple.
See, I
had
told
him up.
you.
He had him up.
You.
The two would often find themselves in the main hall during the twilight hours.
It gets the best light.
That's right. Hide it in the main hall. Not everyone minds an
Hide in
audience.
plain sight. Always works.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were hiding it.
Oh,
Bad
God,
duck.
okay. Bad duck.
And then Captain Kern with his
forgot my
PSA.
Stained glass threw colors
you
onto
help?
the floor. Amidst quiet mopping and muted prayers. I guess that's one way to do it. They shared their apprehensions, Kaiser, with his deep knowledge of the school's history, which would subtly encourage Volstorm, assuring him of the cycles of renewal.
Yes, it
was
did.
it was a slow dance of friendship, paced by the creak of Kaiser's mouth.
Get out of the park. I'll be good to go in 15 minutes.
What are you doing with the mop?
I'll recycle.
Well, Wildstorm was doubting it, that's for sure.
Yes. The flicker of his doubt while the mop is going. Not that ends. Jeez.
Okay. Well, Storm, you got to take over.
Obviously. Amidst the clatter of brushes and the smell of acrylic paints, in the dual purpose, what the hell are they doing in there? Shizzy worked on a new mural, a passion project that seemed to mirror the current chaos of the. Who the hell writes this? As he painted, Welsh lady reads.
The white lady.
What the white lady reads was sometimes join him, dressed not in her usual attire, but in overalls splattered with paint. Sound like they about to get it.
Wow, that sounds fun right there. Some overalls splattered in some paint, man.
Together, they would discuss colors and shades, but really, it was a dance around deeper issues. Girls, how you get pregnant? The art became a metaphor for their feelings and fears. Here, under the guise of creativity, was a safe space for confession and camaraderie. Girl, you know what that means, don't you? That's like that time I went over to Leroy's house. You know? Anyway. Quiet! I told you to put some water on there, boy. We ain't got no milk. As these unscripted relationships deepened, they fortified their school's collective resolve to face its challenges head on. Their blossoming friendships was silent yet profound, a testament to the human spirit which finds connection in unexpected scenes of life. Better get you a pregnancy test, girl. You go down to CVS, you be all right. In these quarterly powerful alliances, they prepared, perhaps unknowingly, for the cleansing fires of resolution that were to come in the chapter. Good Lord, how many chapters are there in this thing, girl? The school, despite everything, began to not just function, but to breathe. He must have been laying on top of her or something. It's every inhale a whisper of unity, and each exhale a resolve to rise up from their ashes renewed. It sounds dirty to me. That's all I'm saying.
That's just so misleading. I tell you,
whoever her homeboy is might be checking her text message. I'm just saying.
Chapter 12. Cleansing Fires. The bitter cold of the Swiss winter had finally settled around the venerable school, casting long shadows across the Gothic architecture of the main hall. Inside, the flames of pivotal decisions crackled among the ember of urgency. Slow shards of sunlight sieved through the stained glass, painting the troubled faces of our protagonist with hues of resolve and resignation. Welsh Lady Reeds sat solemnly in her lecture classroom, the cozy sanctuary now feeling a tad suffocating. The once comfortable smell of sex and old books seemed to suffocate her past. To suffocate her as past.
The leather. It's the leather. Gets you every time.
Present collided invisibly in the air around her. Today, she determined, would mark the turning of a page, not just in her tattered novels, but in the raw and real narrative of her life.
In her tattered clothes.
Yeah.
Those overalls.
Gets real. Across the campus in the echoing expanse of the dual-purpose art studio and gym. Yeah, that doesn't sound weird. Shizzy paste. We're just going to do some stretches over here before we paint.
We're going to
Come
do
on,
body
there's the
painting
high
today.
bar.
We're going to combine both.
We're playing Twister Paint tonight.
Get up there and twirl around. Each step was a brush stroke of nervous energy. His artistic spirit stirred both fear and fiery will. His mind flashed through colors of past joys and stark gray shadows of present challenges. What artistry could be summoned to illustrate his next chapter at the school that had become his canvas?
It was spraying all over the canvas. That's so weird, creepy.
The Kaiser! Wandering through silent hallways, paused by the grand expanse of the main hall. The wisdom in his old kind eyes bore the sorrow of the statues guarding the Gothic cathedrals. This place held secrets only his aged soul knew. Secrets that throbbed beneath the school's historic heart like a quiet drum. Today, perhaps today, the rhythm would reveal a new prophecy.
Okay.
You want me to keep going, or what are we doing?
No, if you're good, we'll go on. Yep.
I just wanted to yell out the Kaiser one more time.
I know, that's why.
It was one of those. I saw it, and I'm like, "Yep, let him go. Let him cook."
Yeah. Anyway.
Kaiser's up. All right, you want me to go ahead and take over?
Oh yeah.
Okay. In your stately office, dictionary diva sat behind the imposing wooden desk, her posture erect and yet somehow sagging under the weight of the forthcoming decisions. Each piece of the classic furniture around her seemed to be quietly judging her blending course of action. How could many storms had this room withstood? Could it weather another one? With her stoic facade masking the inner turmoil, Volstorm entered the heart of the main hall. His modest attire, usually a cloak of humility, today felt like armor, cumbersome yet unnecessary. His eyes always reflecting his landscape of faith and doubt. Today searched for fiercely for an oasis of conviction and desert of disillusionment. He wondered. Stop making me laugh, you assholes.
I'm picturing Volstorm strutting around with a trench coat and nothing else. It's my robe of invisibility.
Piss, mud, fun, run, asshole.
It's my armor. It's my armor.
I'm just going to sneak up behind
I got
him.
my sword, my armor. I'm good to go.
You can't see me.
See me.
As the day waned and a rare concord settled among them, each art attuned with a restorative power of decisions yet made. They moved as if guided by unseen hand toward the old council room, where the mahogany table bore the scratches and scars of meetings past.
Diva was in there. Diva was in there. One of
Is
the
this in Diva's office?
Once gathered, their eyes met with not with the sparks of conflict, but the glowing coals of camaraderie forged in the furnace of the scattered trials. Yamaha Biker, the last to arrive, pushed open the door, his blue eyes catching the last rays of the dying light. Even his rugged, silent demeanor seemed softened by the solemn gravity of the evening.
So sparkly.
Tonight!
Began the Welsh lady read, her voice tremulous, thread of vast tapestry in their stories.
We define what it means to be the guardians of the institution, not just of its knowledge, but its heart.
Heads nodded slowly, definitely. The chapter of cleansing fires was about to be written by their own hand. Its ink mixed with the essence of capitalist pigs. Of the personal revelation.
Brad, speak truth.
and collective resolve. The stage was set. The scene was ripe for the red dawn. Dawn of resolve. To break over the horizon. A herald of stages dictated by the deepest desires of the highest duties held within their intertwined souls.
Stalin would be proud, comrade.
Ah, yes,
I was
Boris the
excited
Soviet
until-
love hammer is here.
So Edith Bunker popped out. I killed her right there.
Chapter 13. Chapter 13.
Oh,
The
that is
dawn of
called
resolve.
wild.
As the first light of dawn stretched across the sky, painting the Gothic spires of a school in rose and gold, the main hall had hummed with a tense yet hopeful energy. The stained glass windows they cast a kaleidoscope of patterns on the worn faces of the faculty. They were gathered there, little bastards. Each one of them carrying the weight of the school's fate on their shoulders, like a bunch of union workers. Welsh Lady Reed stood by the high-arched windows, her eyes reflecting the myriad of hues that danced upon her face, while she clutched the well-worn copy of The Wuthering Heights and slap her with it, finding solace in its similar presence. Her journey into this moment had been wrought with personal trials, and now she was at the epicenter of decisions that would determine the future of a place that had become her refuge. But we're just going to chase her out of there. We know where the bodies are buried. Well, next to her, Yamaha biker. Stud Muffin leaned against the stone wall, thought he was all hot, smart shit. The morning light softening the hard edges of his leather jacket and rugged exterior, but we had news for him. We came with baseball bats. His intense blue eyes held a quiet determination. He's gonna break really quick. He's gonna cry like a little girl. A far cry from the rebellious spirit. Yeah, we'll show you rebellion that once rode recklessly through life. The school had offered him a path of redemption. There ain't no redemption. You ain't gonna be able to fight to preserve it, there, son of a. Across the room, there stood Dictionary Diva, all hot and bothered, orchestrating the gathering with her usual precision. That fiery red hair just smoking hot over there, just hanging out and saying, Mama, come over here. What you got? You know what I mean? Stark contrast against that there gray stone. Her sharp eyes, they swept over her colleagues, each a nod and gesture underlining her deep commitment to about put the throwdown on them sons of bucks to the institution that she had served tirelessly. This was more of a professional background. It was a fight for her legacy. And that woman could fight. Let me tell you, she was a fighter.
She cut you.
Because in she cut you. In outskirts, leaning on his broom, that little Kaiser Pineapple, he was a union worker for us. He observed the assembly. He knew. He had them knowing eyes. His gentle demeanor. It was belying that strength and his resolve because he knew where all the bodies was buried. He held about the school's whispers and histories. Although age had bowed his frame, it's okay. His spirit remained unyielding because he knew where all the bodies was. It was back in the day, Kaiser. Yeah, he was the hitman for us. He is rooted deep in the
Hey, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Hey,
Jimmy Hoffa sends his regards.
Jimmy.
Of course,
Jimmy ain't
Volstorm.
sitting in no regards. He's underneath the building. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you, Volstorm found himself near the center, because he likes to be in the middle of this shit. His hands are clasped tightly behind him as if in prayer, like some religious icon or some crap like that. The conflict between his faith. He didn't have no faith in shit. It'll reflect his recent events and cast a heavy shadow over his heart. Well, he was deep in thoughts. And this dawn broke over the school he loved. There was a flicker of hope. It was fading because we were about to show up. Perhaps that reconciliation was within reach, guided by the very beliefs he held dear. We'll see about that.
I feel like I need to carry the accent along.
Go for it.
Shizzy, with a nervous energy, paced softly at the back. His thoughts a whirlwind of color and emotion, not unlike his vibrant art. This place had been his canvas, his sanctuary, and the thought of losing it stirred a passion. Sorry,
Tell him,
I'm starting to
sister.
slip in the Midwest accent. Stirred a passion he usually reserved for his paintings. Today, his voice would be heard, not just seen.
Won't be heard for
Dictionary
long.
diva. She called the meeting to order, her voice echoing with authority and urgency. This conclave, she began, her eyes sweeping across the room, looking around who to cut, is perhaps the most crucial in our school's storied history. Today, we decide not just how to address the scandal that has shaken our foundations, but how to fortify them moving forward. Welsh lady reads. Step forward, her voice steady. We must remember.
Yeah, that too. We must remember why we all came here, to nourish minds and foster souls. Our decisions today must reflect the sanctity of that mission. And don't forget your towel.
Taking souls.
One by one, each member shared their thoughts, their fears, their fantasies, and their hopes.
Oh.
The dialogue was poignant, punctuated by moments of profound silence. You know what I mean? That allowed the weight of the words to resonate within the stone walls.
And it's only got two more.
Yeah, finish it up.
Okay, I'll finish that.
Yeah, finish this off.
As the meeting drew to a close, there was a palpable sense of unity and purpose among the group. Eyes that had arrived heavy with doubt now gleamed with resolve, and the shadows that once loomed large seemed to recede with the rising sun. The fate of the school was still uncertain, but they stepped out into the main hall, into the golden morning, and there was a shared belief that together they could weather any storm. The conclave had not just outlined a plan of action, it had woven them closer, their resolve turning into a new page in the saga of their beloved school.
Roxanne. Hey, everybody. Good to see you.
Howdy.
Chapter 14. Legacy of the Learned. Oh, goodness. The school year was winding down under a palette of sunset hues, casting long shadows. I bet they were long. Through the gothic windows of the hall where so much had transpired. And the smell, jeez. As the students scribbled their final sentences of their exams, the air was thick with the scent of musky anxiety and relief. But for the keepers of the school's sanctums, the teachers, the end of the year was a time for introspection and future gazing. Trying to find new victims.
Gazing. Hit them walls.
That's right. That's why they have Kaiser to wipe down the walls. Welsh lady.
I've been here the whole time and I haven't said a damn thing the whole time, and I'm getting a little pissed off. I ain't had one speaking line, goddammit.
Welsh lady Reed stood by the window of her literature classroom, her eyes lost in the colorful reflections cast by the stained glass. It was here she had found solace, here that she had woven her troubled past into lessons rich with infinite empathy, understanding, and rope bondage. She had seen her fears in the wary eyes of her students, had nurtured hope where it had been none, and learned how to tie knots. Now, as the quiet settled like dust on her shelves full of books, I guarantee there wasn't much dust on the desk, she felt a bittersweet pang. Told you to use lube. Her journey had led her from shadows of enlightenment, not just for her pupils, but within her own heart.
Captain Kern says, I'd love to stay, but I must say I've laughed all I can. Not my meds have said it. Night, folks. Don't forget to donate to Shizzywhiznut's Jurgens Fund.
Good night, Captain. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.
Go rub it on some homeless guy with cracked elbows.
Thanks for being here. Let me rephrase that.
In the corner of the art studio, Shizzy was cleaning his brushes. Each stroke against the canvas of the sink. What's a good place to put it, Shizzy? Washing away remnants of the vibrant emotions he shared. Don't go in there with a black light.
Saves on toilet paper.
It's on the canvas.
It's on canvas. It's fine. It's almost like a towel. His passion had painted life into the souls of his students. Oh, scandal. Awakening colors of joy, challenge, and discovery. Oh, my. Good Smudges of paint on his hands were patches of otter. Oh my! Testimonials of battle spot by encouraging expression in every silent heartbeat. I bet he put padding on the walls.
Gotta make those rooms quiet.
I think we killed Shizzy. He smiled.
Oh my God, they killed Shizzy.
He smiled, recognizing that the legacy he would leave was not just in the art it his students created, but in the courage they gained to express their truest selves. Do it.
That's right. 2 snaps up and a twist.
2 snaps in a circle.
So I might as well just continue this on.
Might as well. Hit it, Queen.
Oh, God.
Down the austere corridors, Yamaha biker leaned against the cool textured walls. His resonant journey from a tumultuous youth to a mentor had surprised so many.
Surprised
but none more than himself. His reflections raced through his mind, much like his bike raced through the mountains. Each turn and accent a testament to his transformation, fueled by the thrust and the trust and responsibility bestowed upon him by the school. He was the living testament that redemption was within reach, riding along the edge of lifting and rescue.
Edging.
Don't get caught.
It's always that risky stuff.
It's always that risk.
In the solemn solitude of her office, that wench. Dictionary diva sat surrounded by the wisdom bound in leather and ink. All right.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That kind of story.
Some leather and tattoos. All right.
Leather and ink. I mean, come on.
I misjudged her.
And prison tats. Her journey has the marathon of resilience. The crest and what? Trough. Whatever. I'm not into those troughs. Of each challenge, meticulously navigated with an unwavering vision. The school was their ship, and she steered it not with just skill, but with soul. Looking through the documents that derailed the year's advertises or adversities and achievements. No, she does advertise.
Quite well.
$3,000 is the minimum. And she knew that her legacy was indelibly inked in every policy improved and on every student. I missed my last part. Every standard was raised. Oh, yes, it was.
The only thing that was raised.
All the excitement in the air, tattoos,
Oh my.
The Kaiser! Once he shuffled quietly through the hallways, his echo soft and constant companion through the decades of secrets he swept into the corners of the school. Too many. He was just another passing face, but the ghosts of the hall knew better. His reminiscence was a silent song, the inevitable, invisible threads he woven into the fabric of the school. That's not all he did. Threads that held strong against the weir of time and tide.
Nine! Okay.
Nine! Go stepping around.
So I suppose I'm going to have to follow this up with the gayest voice I know how to do.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, you're gonna sound like Diva?
As the day drew close, Volstorm locked the doors of the chapel.
Yes,
His journey forced him to navigate the tempest of faith and doubt. Each sermon stepped closer to understanding the complex tapestry of human motives and divine guidance. Good Zeus. The quiet silence in the pews held his tired prayers, but also resolution to shepherd his community through any storm that his heart unshadowed by his struggles.
Yes!
Yes!
Together, yet apart, the custodians of these ancient institutions faced down with a collective promise of legacy, not just in knowledge, but the profound humanity learned through the shared odyssey of souls. The future beckoned, not with the simplicity of answers, but with the fire intricate beauty of questions still dancing on the edges of learning and learning.
Nice.
I ain't much of book learning.
That is it.
The end.
The end.
That was a fun one. That was good. I like that one. That one was fun.
I'm ready for
Only way I
Dolly
can
2,
follow up-
expert. I'm ready.
The only way that I could follow up Volstorm and I Have a Story was to go ahead and bring in Jim Neighbors.
Well, you didn't say the gayest voice you know.
Yeah.
Oh, now comes that time of the night, folks. It's going to be a couple of weeks before we do another one of these.
True.
So what we'll do is we're gonna do a reader's select this time, and I'm going to put it together. So it's going to be Dictionary Diva, Volstorm, Kaiser, Yamaha. You guys come up with an idea for what you want for our next one, and I'll get with Welsh Lady, and we'll get one created. And you don't have to come up with it tonight. Just be thinking about it over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Send me your ideas, and I'll put it together. Does that make sense?
I don't like that, because if it's a flop, then it's now our fault.
Yeah, it's all
This
our
other
fault.
shit is their fault.
Oh, okay.
There'd be the chat.
All right, chat.
You can
Let's
blame
be
them.
as little have as little responsibility for this as possible.
Okay, chat. Well, damn it. All right. Well, so what do we got here, chat? What do you want to see? What do you want to see, chat? Because these guys are just like, screw you guys, we ain't doing that shit.
I'm not reading.
Look, I'm just the talent. I just show up, okay?
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like the talent.
All right,
Yeah,
Audio
well,
Coffee
we're just not
says,
paid well.
My
says
safety
aliens.
and security must be guarded at all times.
all right, so we've definitely we've got some aliens here. Are they illegal aliens, or are they immigrated aliens?
Oh yeah, there is a distinction.
yeah.
True.
I mean, Mary had a little lamb. Okay, Mary.
Talking about
Mary
little
had a
grandmas.
little
Is this-
lamb, buddy.
Alien.
Is this
Cold
like Andrew Dice
fingers.
Clay? Mary had a little lamb. What?
It might just be.
Outer space. So the ones.
Well,
that were the
we'll
reason
make
why I
sure
don't
we
put
have
in
Mary in there. We'll
cornfields
make sure
anymore.
she has a lamb. Outer space aliens. Okay, we got that. Outer space
I'm
aliens.
comfortable with them.
Mary.
So,
Oh,
okay, so we got Mary had a little lamb. The aliens from outer space. Okay, got it. And aliens meet up with the Earthlings.
all
I
right.
don't know, but this sounds like a bad idea.
You and the farm animals.
Earthlings. Okay, well, we got
Mountain goats.
Brokeback Mountain Goats. Back up,
Valhalla
Mountain
in here
Goats.
somewhere. Are we going to climb up Mount Valhalla again? Him and his overgrown
trusty
bush?
goat steed.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so
goat steed.
so we got Mary and a Little Lamb, some Brokeback Mountain Goats. What else we got there? Alien Fairy Tale. Yeah, we got that. Hello from Catherine W. from Arizona. Good to see you.
Hey,
All right. So far we got some aliens. They're going to meet some Earthlings, and Mary had a Little Lamb and Brokeback Mountain Goats.
Much probing is involved.
No, I'm kidding.
You want some probing? Okay, I can put that in there. You said you want some
God damn it.
probing as brought by
Delete
Kaiser.
that
We need
right
cornfield
now.
out there somewhere.
Good. Now we can blame
Probing.
Kaiser.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
crop
put your 2
circles.
cents in.
Yeah.
Crop
Mama,
circles
get
and
out of the shed.
Get in, loser. We're doing butt stuff.
Oh, audio coffee. The Eurovision Song Contest.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Provision. Songfest. Song contest. All right.
I suddenly have the image of that meme where the guy's getting raised up into the UFO and it says, "Get in, loser. We're doing butt stuff."
Dollywood on lewds. Well, let's.
You got
I mean,
me?
we
I thought they were hard to get anymore.
The song
don't
contest
know.
could be at Dollywood.
You know, somebody will have them at Dollywood. They'll be handing them out. Say, here.
50-year-old quaaludes and like
Yeah.
quiet.
They'll be like, I see you with your balloon. I know who you are. You're Dictionary Diva. These things are really old. You said bring some looms. Going back to San Francisco in the 80s, the 60s. Well,
Oh, they're talking about going back to the 60s in San Francisco, huh?
Ain't Ashburn.
Well, I just say that's a good capital idea there, old boy.
in the 60s.
Wait
All
for the
right. Well,
radio program to come on.
cool. I mean, that right there gives me plenty. Lewds or lubes? Well, it could be probably a combination of both. You know, we are going to have Brokeback Mountain Goats.
Lewds, lubes, or
Loads and
nudes.
loads. Is Bill Cosby going to be on this show?
Well, of course I'm going to be there and with the pops in hand.
Fantastic.
All right, folks. That is all we've got for you tonight. Man, it's thank you very much for coming and joining us.
I'm spent.
Yes.
Yes.
And everybody, you know, if you haven't wished your mother happy Mother's Day, then go do so. Give her a nice big hug, and I mean this with all sincerity. Show her some love, or let her know that she's really, really the one of the most special people to you. And we thank you guys. Absolutely, I love that, guys. You still got the voice going on.
Oh dear, I still happen to have this thing going now, don't I? Oh, that could be particularly detrimental to me.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Peace.
I love a buttered biscuit.
Well, you're handling that mic pretty well.
Yeah.